Here is a sonic interpretation of my soul. I can't get off my high horse, and I can't let you go, no. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I still love you? And I realize that you're somebody else's guy. Can't get off my high horse and I can't let go. All right. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I still love you? Hey. And I realize that you're somebody else's guy. Ah, yeah. Can't let you go, no. You are the one who makes me feel so real. I'm not sure if you guys know that little bop, that sermon, but what a wonder to my soul it is. Yes. Hi, and welcome to an all new bopping hot pocket episode. Oh, yes. Of a Seat at the Table podcast. You guys. Y'all, I really have had to get my mind together on recording this episode, but we'll get to that in a minute. I am your hostess with the mostest, Gayle. Oh yes, back for another week of fuckery and shenanigans, wiggetry and bitchcraft, all of those things. Y'all, first of all, shout out to everybody who is a continued listener. You could find us on all the major platforms, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, although don't get me started on the SoundCloud, okay? Because that cloud may not have any sound on it. You heard me? Also, you can find us on Anchor. You can listen, there's no reason why you shouldn't be listening to this podcast because damn it, we're everywhere you want to be, like a used up American Express, honey. Whew, ciao. Okay. So you can also find us on the major social media platforms, Instagram, A Seat at the Table Pod, all one word. And if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, you can always email me, A Seat at the Table Pod for you, all one word, A Seat at the Table Podcast. Is it podcast or is it pod? Listen, whatever, DM me and we'll get it together. Any which ways. How was you doing, honey? How was you doing? Listen, it has been probably first of all, is Winter the girlfriend that just is never going to go away? Is she the baby mama that just can't seem to keep her black ass quiet? The time changed last night, and to be honest with you, because I didn't have to go to work the following day, I'm not affected as of yet, but I think we'll all feel the harsh realities of the time change. So what, did we spring forward or back? We sprung forward. Is that the way it works? You spring forward? I don't know, whatever. At any rate, here we are, alive to tell the story once again. There's so many things for us to cover. And honestly, you and I both know that we don't have time for all of the shenanigans. Don't look at me like that. We don't have time. What's been going on with you? Are you still at that bullshit job of yours? Are these niggas still getting on your nerves? Hello? Yes. Are you still making that farce of a relationship work? Good on ya. Good on you. For those of you who are still part of the single awareness clubs, howdy do. We need a team meeting soon, folks. We need a team meeting. Let me just put y'all up on something. So a couple weeks ago, first of all, places that you should not meet potential people that you want to date. Church, work, the gym, anywhere where you either go to get no peace of mind because you don't want to be there, or you go to get a peace of mind because you want to get away from everyone. These are key places that you should not should not engage in meeting people that you potentially may fuck and or date, the combination of the two, whatever, I don't know. Needless to say, a young gentle horror sir came to me at the gym. First of all, can we just talk about why are y'all niggas looking so washed, so spin-dried cycle washed, and y'all are only like 30, 28, 32. Why do y'all look so harsh? This young gentleman came up to me in the gym. I thought he was at least a solid 37. When he told me he was 30 years old, I was like, did you fight in a war? Are you a veteran? What is happening to you? I guess he was just fighting the war of life, the school of hard knocks, if you will. He looked pretty washed. And listen, washed is not a state of like body size or I don't know, because like for me, washed is more like you just have this look, like you just look like no one cares, you just, not even that no one cares, you just look like, you look older than your years. This young gentleman definitely looked older than his years. But nonetheless, there he was. And I don't know, like, I just don't, at 39 years old, there is nothing at this point that I think that I could have in common with anyone who is 30. And I don't even know if that has anything to do with chronological age as much as it has to do with experience. Although his face told a different story that he may be far more experienced than I. Needless to say, it took me a couple of minutes. And after a while, where I constantly said to this gentleman, but we're in the gym. You are seeking me out and we are in the gym. And he was like, well, where else am I supposed to meet you? Touchette, young man, touchette. Because mama don't go nowhere else, okay? She goes to work, she comes home, she goes to the gym. And you can put that on rinse and repeat, okay? Because honestly, I feel like, number one, if I am out and about in these streets, I am just spending unnecessary money. Number two, if I don't have any purpose of being out, catching up with an old friend or something like that, I'm not out here seeking a life. I have a life. My life is just quieter than others. Okay. Mother's been living since she was 13. So mother don't need to be out here posting pictures for the gram just so other people can think that she has a life. Mother has lived and she's had a life and I'm good. Okay. I don't keep my skin looking young and supple just by hitting the streets like a lowbrow whore. Let me tell you. And that's no shade, no tea. I'm just saying, if you don't got no reason to be outside and you just making up reasons to be outside, girl. Any which way, the point of me telling this story is that I, number one, don't talk to people in places like that. Church, again, the gym, school, work, places that you either know, places that you're taking classes. Like, it's too much. It's too much, actually. No one has time. Anyways, what else has been going on with you? So, I actually have been on, I haven't been on a weight loss journey in quite some time. Not because I feel like I've lost the amount of weight. Like, I didn't have a target for losing weight. I just, I find a lot of solace in working out. It is one of the only things that I do that it is purely for me. The add value is to no one else. No one else really gives a shit about me working out. I do it because it just makes me feel good. My body feels stretched. And you know what? It's one of the only things that I do to kind of push myself. I physically push myself and I see the results in my body and the way that it looks. Some of y'all push yourselves by continuously shoving shit in your mouth and just pushing yourself to see how wide your body can expand like a helium balloon. But, and that's fine too, because been there, done that. But I just, I just have not been on a weight loss challenge in a while. So going to the gym for me is probably one of the only things that I do where it really is solely for me. And I hope that you guys are out here doing something that is solely for you. And when I say that, please let's not get it twisted. Going and buying yourself a new shirt is not a payoff, okay? Although that is a nice treat for yourself, that is not a reward for yourself, okay? Getting your nails done. Self-care can include a lot of things. But self-care for me looks kind of more like just physically taking care of myself in the best way possible. And I've also been working on this level of mindfulness where even, guys, let me tell you something. Check the stats. How often are you able to do anything in life where your mind is not all over the place? For example, I have been kind of paying attention to my thoughts, my thought patterns, and what I allow to consume my mental power. And one of the things I realized is I don't even have the ability to take a shower without just being present in the moment in the shower. I am already thinking about going to work and what a bitch that's going to be. I'm already thinking about like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? Blah, blah, blah. Or I'm thinking about something that happened. I didn't realize how often I am not present. And it's been something that I've been working quite diligently on to just be able to really stay present. It is, number one, it's very difficult, especially because I think that as humans, we are so programmed to not be paying attention to anything. We are in it for the instant gratification. So, and we're always looking for the end. So one of the things that I realized is when I'm at the gym, instead of thinking about, okay, you've set a limit of 45 minutes for yourself, the whole point is to get to the end of the 45 minutes. That is not the point of me being there. The point of me being there is actually to allow myself this time and this presence to really just get into myself. And I find that even being at work, I find that having this crazy countdown to when the end of work is going to be actually just makes the day that much longer and that much more unbearable. But anyway, I go on. So I hope you've been taking care of yourself from a mental perspective. I hope you've been doing all the things that you need to do to just make sure that your mental and emotional hygiene are all up to snuff. Also, you guys, and including, if you guys have been checking yourselves and checking on your mindfulness journey, hopefully you realize that there is a moment in time where you are just even checking your breathing. One of the things that I realized too is that just in breathing, just casually, just taking breaths, I didn't realize how much I don't actually take a moment to take a deep breath. Really. And not just when something happens or I need to exhalate because somebody's breath stinks and I caught a whiff of it in my mouth. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever? Oh my God, let's just pause for the cause for a minute, okay? Now I am sensitive to smells, even my own. Like if I feel like, and don't you act like it ain't never happened to you where you was like, something's a little off today. Did I put deodorant on? Oh shit, I forgot the deodorant and had to run out to your closest wall CV aid and get yourself a good travel size something. But listen, there has been someone, how do I put this? Because, sometimes I be feeling like on a sneak tip that people that I work with be listening to my podcast just because them niggas is nosy. But on a sneak tip, someone that I work with who will go unnamed, they carry a stench. And, it's, oh God. All right, let's just put it this way. It is a stench that is powerful. But I don't know that it's powerful to everyone. It's a rawness. All right. And one day in the midst of me talking to them, I felt like as I was speaking, I took some in my mouth, and I was like, oh, oh, oh. And I